Hi everyone, welcome to Art Studio 320. I'm Melanie. I recreate furniture to give it a new life and keep it out of the landfills. This week's project is an MCM dresser that just fell in my lap yesterday. I'm pretty excited about it, so stick around. I thought I'd give you an up-close and personal look at this dresser when I received it. I don't know where it was or what was happening, but holy cow. It looked like they used it as a sled or something. I don't know. It's got some crazy skid marks. It's like they dragged it through the streets or something. I use vinegar and water to clean off my furniture. I just use 1 part vinegar and 1 part water. I was lucky that Phil had this tiny little wrench because these were tiny little nuts. It was the weirdest hardware I've ever seen. As I was cleaning, I saw this sticker, solid cherry, genuine, and this little plate, Kling Furniture from New York. I started with a carbide scraper on the top because the varnish was very loose, but I quickly changed to my sander. It was just better. It came off pretty easily, so I got lucky there. It's always reassuring when you know you're working on a piece of furniture that is solid wood. After I sanded the top the first time, I put mineral spirits on it to raise the grain in case I got any kind of scratches, swirlies, anything like that. And then I sanded it again. So I started with 120 and went to a 220. And even though the carbide scraper seemed to be too much work for the top, it actually was quite easy on the sides. So that was a relief. Because sanding vertically is not easy. It really takes a lot of muscle. These drawers were very straightforward for sanding. There weren't any surprises, and I moved through them quite quickly, which was good because there were 12 of them. Sometimes you come across a drawer or two that need to be fixed, and wood glue is really the easiest way and the best way to fix it. I even used the scraper on some of the drawers. It just made the sanding a little bit faster. I knew I wanted to show mostly wood on this piece, but as an accent, I wanted to paint just the frame. So I'm sanding it down. I could have just scuff sanded it, but I went ahead and sanded it all the way down just in case I changed my mind. I just like to do that. That way I'm ready to go, whatever I need to do. While I was sanding the base where the legs are, I discovered that one of the legs was cracked. So wood glue to the rescue. It really does work very well. And I had already decided to paint the sides of these legs, so I lucked out. I did put some glue on the front because there was a crack, but it went along the grain line, so I didn't have to worry about it. And that was good because that part I was going to stain. I'm putting some painter's tape on the areas that I am going to be staining in a little while, but first I always paint. I always paint first because it's easier to get stain off of the paint than it is to get the paint off of the stain. You can do it, but you might have to do a little bit more work, so it's easier to do it this way. Whenever you paint a piece, you need to think about all of the areas that need to be painted because they will be seen. There are areas that you're going to be working on that you normally wouldn't see when it was standing straight up and down, but there are areas that you would be able to see. I need to really think ahead of time what I need to paint and what I don't need to paint. What's going to be seen and what's not going to be seen, because that way maybe I won't have to go back from time to time and fix a spot or add a spot that I needed to paint in the first place. So it's just a good idea to kind of take note before you start of all the areas that you need to cover. Mineral spirits is, I think, good for a lot of reasons. Number one, it's good for raising the grain. It's also good to put on the wood before you put on stain. It takes the stain better that way. And it's also good for cleaning stain off painted areas. At least it's good for oil-based stains, not water-based. This stain is a natural stain, which means it doesn't have any pigment in it. It just brings out the natural color in the wood. And that's all I wanted to use because I knew that this wood would be beautiful all on its own. I've been trying to focus more on the whole drawer instead of just the front, because when you pull out a drawer, you do see the sides. And I decided I was going to put the natural stain on the sides as well to bring out the color in the wood. Once in a while, I get a piece of furniture that is so easy to work with, and I'm just stunned, and I don't say anything until the end because you never know. But this was one of those pieces, and I've had just a handful that haven't had any issues at all. And it seems to me that all of them have been mid-century modern pieces. I don't know what that means, but wow. That's pretty good for mid-century modern, right? A minute ago, I was talking about how you need to really look at the piece before you start to find all those places that you need to paint. This is one of those places. I didn't think you were going to be able to see it, and certainly on its back, I didn't think about it. But once I put the drawers in, I realized that these spots were going to be seen. So I had to paint the sides, and I had to paint the middle base. The drawer was pushed in, and that was showing. Well, friends, we've come to the end of another project, and I think the results speak for themselves. This cherry wood is absolutely gorgeous. It didn't need anything else. It just needed to be revealed. And so the natural stain, I think, works really well. The only thing left to do is put on the polyurethane top coat, but I am going to put a water base, and this is an oil-based stain. So I need to wait probably about a week before I put on a water-based top coat, just to be sure. I don't want any cloudiness. I want this piece to just shine. So I'm going to wait, and then I will put the top coat on it. One more thing, the hardware. I like the hardware, but if I can find something fancier, I think I'm going to use that. I have it in my head what I want, but unfortunately the measurement for this hardware is 3 1/4 center to center, and it's hard to find. It's at least on Amazon. I need to look some more. I did look on Etsy and I found nothing. I know what I want, so if I can't find it, that's the way it is. I think it looks great, but if I can find it, I would like to find it. Thank you for being here. Good luck on your next project, and I will see you next time.
You can do it.
Easy does it. Take a look at just how far you've come. Soak in enjoyment. Take a breath and rest while stress falls off. All the time in the world for pleasure, as you find a rhythm step by step. Find pleasure in the little things, in laughter, touch, or in the breeze. Look for magic. Senses teach you what is sweet.
Hey, thanks for watching my video. You can find more videos just like this on my YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe.